using the 5-pin bowling app. So first of all, tap on the icon, get into the application, and what you can see here up at the top are a couple of options, the typical options that you want to select when you want to record bowling scores. One is league. So if you're in a league and you want to record those scores for the season, then great, tap on league and we'll get going forward. Or let's suppose you're just out with the family, or you're out with some buddies, or you're having a celebration or something, and you just want to record those scores. You can tap on open and record those scores there. So, but typically I think you're going to want to start with league. So I get into the league screen. It's empty. I haven't defined a league yet, so I'm going to tap on this plus button to define a league. You can name your league whatever you want, but typically I like to put in the year that I'm bowling. Let's suppose I'm bowling in the same league year after year. I might want to separate those scores, and then just a name for the actual league, and again, call it whatever you want. You can adjust the number of games that you bowl per week, or per bowling night. Typically it's 3, but if you bowl more than that, up to 5, or even less than that, down to 1, you can adjust that slider however you see fit. The next one is include pre-bowling stats, and this is a little bit more complicated to understand, but there are statistics that the application will calculate for you, and depending on the league, you may want to say on or off. So for instance, there are certain leagues that will allow you to pre-bowl or bowl ahead, and they'll say, yep, those scores will count towards your team, but they're not going to count towards your individual average or any individual awards. So you can adjust that however you see fit. Click on done, and now I have a league defined. So I can have multiple leagues, and that's usually going to build up over the years, but let's suppose you're a real avid bowler and you got 10 leagues that you bowl in because you're just hardcore, then go ahead and define them. I'm just going to tap on that one and I get to bowlers. So there aren't any bowlers defined, so I'm going to define myself. I'm just going to type in my name, and I only have first name, last name here, so this isn't terribly complicated. But again, if I want to record multiple bowlers, I can tap them or type them all in here, and then record scores for them. I'm going to tap on mine, and now I'm in the screen where I'm typically going to be when I want to record league bowling night scores. So I like to do it while I'm bowling. It's usually easiest to do that. I'm just going to tap on plus, and now I get into this screen that looks like a bowling alley, right? So it's pretty straightforward to record scores. Down here at the bottom, I have your typical score card, your score sheet. And then I've got the pins. So right now I'm on frame 1. You can see that that's highlighted. If I tap on frame 2, that it gets highlighted, and you can see that this indicator here is also highlighted. So I'm on ball 1. So for ball 1, let's suppose I get a strike. Great. I tap on the right arrow, and it takes me to the next ball. Now, because I got a strike in that frame's complete. It goes to the next ball. So let's suppose I get a chop off. Well, it's not great, but hey, that's not bad. I did hit the head pin. Then the second ball, I can just tap on what I get. So I get the 3. I didn't quite get both, and then 2. So you can see that when I'm and I'll just go to the next frame here. When I'm tapping the pins, I can either drag across them, slide across them, or I can tap them individually to turn them on and off. And you can kind of see a little ghost of the image when that pin is selected, so you know where to tap if you need to bring it back if I made a mistake, right? But so basically, just go through your game, and record your scores. It's all really fairly straightforward. And then when I get to the second game, I can just tap on game 2 and I start afresh, and away I go doing the same thing. I'm pretty lucky here. I get a couple strikes in a row, and so on and so forth. So if I want to go back to the series now, I can come back to here, and you can see that now my series is showing me the individual scores that I scored in the game. So let's say I started with 43. I didn't actually finish recording an entire game. And then I got 75 in the second. I didn't get a score in the third. And then my triple, or my series total, is 118. So you can see as this builds up over time, I'm going to have a lot of scores in here, and it's fairly easy to see where everything is. I can go back to bowlers and then back to leagues. So that's it. It's really pretty straightforward to get going and start creating scores and recording them and seeing how you're doing over the season. So in the next videos, I'll show you some more stuff. But for now, that's where we'll end it.